Hi, Fresh here with Felice. And what did you do today?
We played with the xTool M1 machine.
I love that thing. It's so cool. It's so next level.
So next level.
And I'm looking at this amazing piece of artwork you created.
So we were playing with the xTool machine. We were doing some brainstorming sessions. And one of the kids actually made us a piece of art using Scrabble tiles.
Right.
So we got to talking about it and how could we simulate Scrabble tiles in a sign with the xTool M1 machine.
Without having to go out and buy the tiles, now that you can actually make them.
And without having to cut individual tiles and glue them all over the place.
That would have been scary.
So we came up with an idea.
This is amazing. I mean, what is this? Tell us what it is.
It's a sign. It's got a lot of positive affirmations on it. It's made with the wood, and actually the red is acrylic. All cut on the xTool M1.
Are you going to give this to somebody?
Well, this one probably not going to give this to somebody because you got to double check your work. When I was using a website, which we'll show next, I have the word courage in here twice, but
well, you
that's
do need
okay.
a lot of courage.
I need a lot of courage.
You need a lot of courage to make this thing, and also to the people who are fighting diseases and cancer.
Right.
And we send our best thoughts and wishes and hopes out to you guys.
Absolutely.
But you're going to show us how you made this?
I'm going to show you how I made this.
Was it hard?
It wasn't hard. It was time consuming with the M1, the cutting and the engraving process. But overall, it was a very simple project to do.
So a lot of people have asked us to do these step-by-step instructional videos.
Right.
And let's jump into it and see how you did this.
Let's do it.
Remember to hit that like and subscribe button and comment if you have any ideas of things you want to see Felicia make with her xTool M1.
I found this website, puzzleposter.com, which allows me to easily and quickly create a customized Scrabble poster. You can put in a title and whatever words or names you want, and it will create the Scrabble board for you. It's not expensive, and we went ahead and ordered one of these posters to support the site. Over in xTool's Creative Space software, I started building out the Scrabble board with a rectangle shape, which I found under Insert in the left menu. I simply adjusted the height and width to be about 0.75 by 0.75, which is roughly the size of a Scrabble tile. I then clicked on the text tool in the left menu and typed in my first letter. I changed the typeface to Arial and changed the style to bold before adjusting the font size to 50. I positioned the S inside the box, and then I went over and I changed it to engrave, and I used the settings of power 100, speed 75 with 2 passes. I then selected the box and set it to score with a power of 100, speed of 50, and 2 passes. And this is the configuration for each of the tiles in the Scrabble board. Then it came to a matter of copying and pasting the box with each letter, placing it where I wanted, updating the letter, and then aligning the letter in the box horizontally and vertically, and then repeating these steps throughout the entire Scrabble board. Don't forget to save your work often. This was a tedious process that didn't take a long time, but I would prefer not have to redo it if I could avoid it. I spot checked a few of the squares and letters to make sure that the settings were correct for scoring and engraving. And the next thing I wanted to do was cut this out as one large image and not many tiny squares. To do this, I selected the vector icon in the left menu and clicked in one of the outer corners of the survivor word. I then moved my mouse over to the next corner and clicked. And I repeated this at every corner until I got back to the beginning. Now I had a custom shape that I set to cut. From there, the xTool M1 took over and did all the heavy lifting, or the engraving, scoring, and cutting. It took nearly an hour for the machine to do all the engraving, scoring, and cutting, but I gotta say, I think it turned out pretty good. Back in the xTool Creative Space software, I put in the text for my title. I wanted to use red acrylic and have this title attached to the outer edge of my frame. I chose a font I have on my system and I set the size to one that would fit my frame. I also welded the letters together for a smooth cut. I switched the text to engraved so that I could clearly see it when I loaded the red acrylic into the machine. And once I was ready and I had it sized in place where I wanted it, I changed it back to cut and kept the default settings for red acrylic before sending it over to be cut.